Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Apex Investor. This is our weekly recap. And you'll notice the ambiance. I hope that kind of helps out. It's on some nice, good speakers. So let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the lowest it's been, I think, in 6 months or greater. So currently it is at 72,000. Yeah, 72,000. It has not been this low in over 6 months. Since the, what is this here? February. Since February, before it spiked all the way up to 96,000. So again, I like to use the Canadian just because it doesn't break 1,000 Canadian, 100,000 Canadian. And I just realized, not that as a face review, everyone knows my face, but I just think it looks better now without the mask, in my opinion. Going for the cyberpunk look. So yeah, it has not been this low since February of 2024. If we look back a year ago, it was at 30 to 40k. And looks like we're heading down that way if things continue trending this way. The VIX was up as well in the last bit and even today. And ironically, someone's walking by. Okay, GameStop is up 6%. It's actually the highest it's been in over a month, which is telling, because this is this stock is a negative beta. It means that it does not go along with the stock market. If the stock market goes down, this goes up. Essentially, it just has a mind of its own. It does not follow the trends of the market. So is this gonna squeeze soon? I don't know. I think in the event of a crash, this could squeeze GameStop and AMC. So you will notice, yeah, GameStop is up 6%, but overall it is up quite a bit in the last month. It's the highest it's been in about a month, from 19 to 23. And AMC, same story there. Same story with AMC. It's also up 5%. After hours, it's a little bit down, but again, looking at the last month, it's actually recovering quite a bit, getting closer to the $5 range. This stock is not a negative beta, but it might as well be, because GameStop and and AMC, they pretty much go hand in hand. Yeah, so I think that's all for those. MicroCloud, aka HOLO, is down another 9%. It's just following market trends, in all honesty. The stock market is overall it is down. You can see that the trend is just sloping downwards, and so it's following the same trend. I mean, I could just say it's, use the excuse it's short sellers and all that. I really don't know, but yeah, here we are, 29 cents to 32. Closer to the 52-week low, but look at the 52-week high, $113, right? Very little volume, below the average. So once again, best thing to do is just check every day after the market close. Once it starts squeezing, count down. Once you see the first peak, whatever that peak is, it's a week from the peak. So let's say hypothetically, we look at this chart here. Let's say hypothetically this is September 2nd, and then the first peak happens February 7th, February 9th. So September 7th, September 9th. And then you start to notice it's going down. So there's a noticeable spike. From that spike, you will want to count a week right? So a week from then would be the 14th, and that's roughly here. So it is a little bit higher, and notice that the spike went up to 80. Is that 80? I can't really see that here. I think I'm too, here it is. 66. Okay, so we're gonna check out Reddit as we usually do. Okay, we've got a number of posts to read in the HOLO Short Squeeze subreddit. So the first one says, "It begins today, boys! Squeeze!" If you think this is going to go up before the pop, you're crazy. The bots are attacking anyone with good news to keep it down. I don't think it's going to pop up before the reverse stock split, so it's going to squeeze after the reverse split. So let's close that. Vote yes for 1 and no for 2. That's what I'm doing. You can vote however you want. I shouldn't influence anybody's vote. Why is this not going down? Okay, let me pause. Okay, so this person is saying those with 200 to 500,000 shares will have more influence in the vote. I don't foresee anybody who's a whale who holds hundreds of thousands of shares voting no on option 1. Basically, it's their ticket to becoming, you know, multi-millionaires / billionaires. Why would they not want that? Doesn't make any sense. Unless they're trying to manipulate the stock and bring it down. So that's the only reason I could see them not voting for 1. Showed pressure towards reaching 30 cents before market close. Would be nice if it climbed to 50, but I'm not holding my breath. Did it really? It didn't look like that. It looks like it went down. I don't know what they're talking about. From 30 cents to 19 1 month leading up to the reverse split. Yeah, I think we're most likely headed to 19 cents, and then once the reverse split kicks in, it's gonna go to like $66, 77, maybe 100. We'll see. From the HOLO stock community on Reddit, Judge Judy. Let's see what they're posting. Probably not good things, from judging from that GIF. If we make over $1 for 10 days, they don't need... that's not happening, folks. That is not going to happen. I didn't know there was a HOLO stock subreddit. I want to see how... It says over 1,000 members. Okay. So we have about 8 more tabs to look at. This has 1.8. So there's 1.8. This has 1.1. So I think the HOLO stock subreddit only has 3 posts, and they're just in it for I don't know what, but that's not why we're in it. We're not in it for the stock. We're in it for the short squeeze. So I support. I like to read from the short squeeze subreddit. Isn't the reverse split a good thing? Yes. The short answer, yes. They don't want to get delisted. Yep. Are they planning a possible squeeze? That's what they're doing. Yep. I feel like with so many squeezes, before they know what they are doing, to initiate another one. Last squeeze happened shortly after the reverse split. It follows the same pattern. No one knows if it will or not. I mean, the clear answer is what a reverse stock split does is it forces the short sellers, naked shorts and hedge funds, whatever, all the people against the stock, they're gonna have to pay. They're gonna have to cover their shorts. They're gonna have to cover their positions. They can't get away with it. Reverse stock split, it's mandatory to cover your position, so it forces them to pay up, and if they don't, they're gonna go to jail basically. So that's it. There's no holding that back. Okay, it's like a dam that is bursting. You can't hold back the water once it goes through. Squeeze starts now. When is the reverse stock split? Do you recommend buying more? Don't buy more until after. The price will probably keep dropping until then. I was thinking about doing this. I was actually considering selling you know, at 50 cents or 40 cents, whatever the price was, and then buying again after the reverse stock split. Problem is, this is the big gamble. There might be a provision saying that anyone who was a shareholder from such and such date, so let's say they place a limitation on people who only bought the stock after the reverse split, then you're kind of screwed. So I don't think that's a good idea. I wouldn't play with fire in the way that you know, the company itself could put out a press release and say, you know, shareholders from this date, let's just say September the 21st, just making up a date. Shareholders who held HOLO shares from September 21st and up will qualify for the reverse stock split or whatever they determine. But if you buy after that date, then you're kind of left out. You're left out in the dust. But they could also do, not they, but I mean the stock itself. Let's say, yeah, you buy the stock after the reverse stock split, but minutes after, like the very same day, it goes to like $20. What are you gonna do? You're screwed then. So it's better to buy when it's low, which is now, and between now and the reverse stock split. But if they place a limitation on people buying at a certain date, and it's fully possible. We just saw recently about, you know, if you're not a shareholder from August, I think the 21st. So if you bought the shares after, you will not qualify for the reverse stock split. You only get 1-for-1. So even now, if you aren't a shareholder now, you don't qualify for it. You will not get 20-for-1. Or maybe you just don't get a vote. So I might be confusing those two. Question about the reverse stock split. I don't need any stupid answers here. I'm here to ask a question about the RS if it happens. It's going to happen. I'm holding 10,000. Okay, so you're going to end up with what, 500? If it does reverse split, does that mean I pretty much lose money? No, it doesn't. It depends on what price you bought, and it depends on how high the stock goes up to. You only lose if you sell now. Okay. So we did that in my previous video where I showed you a big chart on MS Paint. So let's just look at this first answer. The value doesn't change. The cost per share will increase at the same ratio. Exactly. So assuming 40 cents is the cost, you'll get $8 and your 500 shares are worth 4,000. Your previous 10,000 are worth the same. Now the meat of your question, 10 cents increase means if it increased 25%, nice gains, but a 10-cent increase in an $8 share is 1/20th. So whatever the reverse, no, it's kind of convoluted. So basically the answer is, after the reverse stock split, you will have 500 shares. It'll be valued at, let's just say, $8. If it goes up to 12 times 500, that's your profit. Okay, let's just say it goes up by 10 times 500, that's 5,000. So it's $5,000 is your profit if it goes up $10, and so on and so forth. So let's say it goes up 50, you'll make what is that, $25,000 from your 500 shares. Okay, so that's why a lot of people are excited, reasonably. You know, it's understandable for people to be excited about this and the potential gains, especially in this volatile time when the stock market is preparing for a potential recession or stock market crash or depression. Whatever it is, it's going to go down. We see that happening with the VIX. We see that with the Bitcoin. We see that with the whole market going down. So HOLO, AMC, and GameStop seem to be safe, ironically. Takes on 50 cents, trying to get out for a reposition. What do you think? No, it's not happening. It's not happening. Unless you are a billionaire and you're Elon Musk or you're Jeff Bezos and you buy all the shares tomorrow, then it'll spike. But if you don't have billions of dollars, it's not going to go. It's not even going to move. Maybe a little bit, but it won't move to 50. I'm curious if any of you have managed to secure real gains. This is a really good post. A really good question. If so, I would love to hear about your experiences. I'm interested in understanding how these movements impacted your investments, the amount of gains, and any other relevant details you might be willing to share. Well, it happened twice a year, around the same month and time for 3 years, so I feel that you should find someone. That's not a good answer. Do you work in human resources? He's working for that. I apologize if the formality has caused concern. I was around for both the big spike and the mini pump. See my posts about it. Okay, I wasn't involved in the HOLO pump and dump, but I was involved in the GameStop and AMC craziness. That is very volatile. That's a very... I know people who have been veterans in the stock market, and they're saying that's not how you trade. That's not the stock market. Basically, it's like a dreamland. So you need to know your exit strategy. You have to know, what price am I selling at? Once you determine that you're not just going to sit and wait and you have a plan, then you can make profit. But if you are just sitting on your hands and saying, I'm just going to watch this go to 1,000, and that's unrealistic, you're going to be left holding the bag once it pump and dumps, and then it goes away. So the best thing to do, as I said in my previous video, wait for the first peak. So let's say hypothetically it's $20, $40, something like that. You count a week from that point, it might go to 60, 70, and then you sell, because you will still have time to sell once it reaches the first peak. As to when that happens, you will know it is because you'll see a big spike and then a large correction. That's within the 24-hour period of the spike and the correction going, let's say $20 to $10. That's the week. You want to count 1 week from that point. Okay, let me know your thoughts. Sitting on 35,000. Share price will drift to low teens, leading into the reverse stock split with no spike between now and then. That's why I agree with that. Nothing will happen. It's going to be a flat line or a downward slope going to 19 cents, maybe even 5 cents. Who knows? They're going to try to drive it to below $1. Even post reverse split, they want it to be under $1. But if it can stay above 5 cents, we're safe, and this stock is going to go places. Probably 20, 40, 60, maybe even 100. We'll see. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, last post before the weekend. Next 4 weeks, in the run up to the reverse stock split, does anyone think, I'll just call it the RS. The ERS? Should I call it the ERS? No, that sounds like a hearse. Okay, let's call it the RS, the Romeo Sierra. The reverse split. We'll call it the reverse split. The rev split. The rev split. Rev split? It's called the revolution. The rev split. Rev split. The rev split. In the run up to the rev split, does anyone think there will be any more mini pumps or a straight gradual price drop? A straight gradual price drop, it's a given. I don't see it spiking unless Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk or either or decides, oh, HOLO's the stock I want to buy, and then they buy up every remaining share, and then yeah, it'll definitely pump. But no, minus an event such as that, it's not going to go up. It's just going to keep going down until the rev split. Gradual price drop, perhaps the random 20% intraday swings here and there. The CNPAs should be done for now, at least until after the rev split. I'm curious to see how far it goes down, since they're doing a 1 for 20. Yep, not sure if it matters or not, but it went down to 19 cents when they did the 1 for 10. Yeah. If it only goes to 19 cents, that'll be a 380. It'll be a kick in the gut for bag holders if they announce another CNPA right after the RS. But you'd think they want the price to spike above 50 at least, yeah. That way they can walk it down with a bunch of CNPAs again. I think that's where they add more shares to dilute it, to get more funding. That's why they want the 400 plus million additional authorized shares. Hopefully post RS will leave room for another short squeeze. Okay, post reverse split will leave room for another short squeeze. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Yeah, I think it's headed for another short squeeze. One thing I didn't even realize until I read this comment is this is not. You think they're gonna stop at 4? I think I don't think HOLO. I don't think these people at HOLO, short squeeze or HOLO hologram. What's her stock? Cloud, short cloud, micro cloud hologram. I don't think they're gonna stop at 4. I think they want to keep doing this until they can never do it again. That's why they're adding another 400 million shares afterwards, because they want to keep doing this pump and dump, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. They want to keep doing this. They want to just have it, 3 times, 4 times, and then just off, off with you. They want to keep doing it until it's not possible. I don't know. They're gonna keep milking it for what it's worth. Just look at the last 2 years. They've been doing this, just boom. Okay, let's dilute it again. Boom. Let's dilute it again. Boom. Let's dilute it again. Another boom coming. They're going to dilute it again. 400 million shares added to that. So I guess it's all a matter of, if you're a veteran of this, if you were part of the last 3, then you know to always buy before the explosion. So you're waiting for, you could always say, oh yeah, buy at $2 or buy at $3. It's hard to predict that. You'd have to buy at the lowest possible price. So back before the third one, 19 cents. So you probably want to buy this at 19 cents, but there's no telling, well, will it go to 19 cents? Maybe it just stays at 30 cents or 20 to 30 or 20 to 40 or 20 to 50. So it's hard to, you can't predict the price unless you're Nostradamus. You have a crystal ball. You can't predict where the price is going to be. All you can do is just, take your bet, so to speak, and put your money in, and you're taking a gamble. Yeah, it's a risk, but you're also playing the system because you know how the reverse stock split works. That the shorts have to cover, and therefore they'll have to pay what it's worth. The stock will go to, let's just say hypothetically $8, $7-8 initially. And you'll see that the initial rise to maybe 20, and then people are going to go gaga and say, oh, I told you so, wow, we're at 20. And then lo and behold, it's going to go up to 40 and go, whoa, just keep holding, we're going to 1,000. And that's when it's going to crash, because when people get greedy like that, and they wait too long, especially because they're waiting too long, it's probably going to go to, let's just say 60, 70, maybe 100. But I would play it safe and say 40 to 60, maybe 77 at the most. It could go to 100. I could be wrong, but whatever the price turns out to be once the dust settles, it's a week from the first peak. So let's just say the first peak is 20, 30, 40, I don't know. A week from then, whatever the number is, whether it's 60, 70, 80, 100, 200, I don't know. But a week from that first peak will be your magic number. Okay, so that's all. For me, that's your weekly recap. I don't know why this screen just became big all of a sudden, but anyway, thanks for your time. Ladies and gents, welcome to the new subscribers. It's been a fun ride so far. Maybe not fun is the right word, but it's been an interesting ride because we're obviously not seeing what we want to. We don't want to see it go from 67 cents and then went down to 30, then went up to 40, and then now it's back to 29. No, we don't want to see that. We want to see a squeeze, but that requires the reverse stock split, which will take place at the end of September. Pending the approval of shareholders voting yes on option 1, okay? That's all for me. Have a great weekend, y'all, and see you on Monday. Until then, may God bless you all, and may God bless your investments.